Hey y'all, let's make some grits. So I actually have some specialty grit situation going that I got in Charleston, South Carolina, and these are a mix of yellow and white grits, but you could really use any grits. So what I do is I will make the 6 servings, but where it says 6 1/4 cups of water, I'm gonna put about 3 cups of water and 3 1/4 cups of milk, or half and half. And then I'm gonna put a whole stick of butter in it. So let's do it. So yeah, let's do about 2 cups of half and half. And we're gonna do 1 1/4 cups of regular milk. If we have it. If not, we're gonna use more half and half. Just use what you got. You could just use regular milk too. But my husband likes real creamy grits. And then 3 cups of water. And I don't know if y'all know this, but if you read on your stick of butter, it tells you the tablespoons. It tells you what 1/4, 1/3, a half a cup is. And this is the way my grandma used to make them. These are like southern grits from grandma sort of situation. So we're going to turn this on and get it to a boil. And while we're waiting on it to boil, I'm going to get some chicken bouillon and put in it. And y'all just excuse my dirty stove. I have been cooking a lot in the past couple days, and that is on my list of cleaning to do. So what I'm going to do is I got this Knorr chicken bouillon, and I'm just going to put a few, like maybe 2 heaping tablespoons of chicken bouillon in these grits. Because I like mine very savory, and I'm gonna make some shrimp to go with them after a while. I got to get the hubby, he's gonna cook tonight, and I'll get him to make some fresh bacon on the Blackstone, and so then I'll make some shrimp and grits. So just get that all mixed in, and when this comes to a boil, we're gonna add the grits and the salt. Except I am not going to add the salt right now because I added that chicken bouillon and it's already salty. But if you didn't add that, just add salt. Make sure you keep a real close eye on it because it'll boil right out of the pot with the milk in it. And so now that it's boiling, we're going to turn it down a little bit to about medium, and then should stop that from happening. And then we're going to add our grits, and we're going to add 1 1/2 cups, a half a cup at a time, because we don't want lumpy grits. So add a half a cup and whisk them in. And then add a half a cup and whisk them in. And then the last half a cup. And now people say you have to stir these constantly. You really don't. But you need to stir them consistently. So every minute or two, stir them after you get them going real good. But you can let them sit for a minute or so. You don't have to stir. You don't have to stir them completely constantly. So you don't want them like a roiling boil, but you want them kind of like a simmer like this. And you definitely want to stir them, not constantly per se, but definitely consistently. So, and I'm saying that repeatedly because otherwise you're going to have lumpy grits. Sorry, that's my child's muffins being heated up for breakfast. So when your grits are starting to look like this, you see how thick they are? They're real thick. They'll coat a spoon. They are done. And you can taste them, make sure that they're softened, whatever. But what's really good, you can add caramelized onions to them, and I've made them like that. They're so good. At this point, you can add some cheese to them if you have cheddar, cream cheese, Parmesan, whatever you want the flavor to be. Just add some different stuff, and these are just very savory grits. But yeah, you want them like this consistency. Not too runny, but also not too firm where it's like a block. And now another thing you can do is once these cool off and you put them in the fridge and they become hardened, you can put them in a pan and harden them, and then you can cut them into squares, and then you can like fry up the grit squares in like a pan of a little bit of avocado oil for breakfast. Top it with some eggs, and that's really good too. I also wanted to say, once they cool down, if they get a little bit too firm for you, you can just add a little bit more water, a little bit more milk to them, and then just heat them back up, and they'll be just fine. So this is how I'm going to eat mine today. I put a little bit in the bottom of the bowl, and then I added on those eggs that I meal prepped earlier in the week with the cottage cheese and the bacon in them. And then I am a complete addict for this stuff. Chili garlic Cholula hot sauce. So I'm just going to add a little drizzle, or a lot of drizzle, whatever you want to call it. And that's going to be my breakfast today. And then we'll reheat these grits later for some shrimp and grits.